We Never Say a Word basically talks about some of the barriers that the Asian American community has to addressing and talking about mental health, which is, it's an important topic for me and my community. There are a couple of social and mental health related stories that I explore in the lyrics, but the main focus is really that we as a culture have trouble even talking about these topics. In the song, I'm specifically referring to the Asian American community because, one, that's what I know. Two, we come from cultures that continue to deal with the effects of colonialism, genocide, a lot of trauma in our histories. And then three, a strong part of the Asian culture is to endure your hardships and just plow through whatever's, affecting you negatively. Not to cause a scene and kind of just save face or look like, you're a fighter. And to be honest, I think that's not always healthy. So I hope in the next couple of generations we can address that as a community. The song took a long time to write, over a year maybe, and it didn't sound good for over a year. That is until I removed the original instrumentation and kept everything but the drums. The drums are inspired by the Minneapolis funk sound, like Prince's stuff from the early 80s. I rebuilt everything and made the music fit the lyrics better, and that really helped. The lyrics, I think I started writing based on the concept of We Never Say a Word, because that was the hook that I had for a long time. And the meaning of that is basically that our culture keeps quiet about our suffering, but, the song really didn't get going until I discovered the phrase, "Sister's got a lot on her mind," which I think is the opening lyric. I forget what I was going to say, but the first verse is basically a story of internalized racism. And the second verse talks about how conservative religious upbringing sometimes force all of us to feel trapped inside a self-image that isn't our true selves. And a lot of people, I think, specifically, brother is gay, if you didn't get it, and all his life and his church and family have told him that, being so is evil and a sin. So what do you do when you can't talk about that stuff? It sucks. I think the highlight of the track is the vocal bridge for me, which the lyrics are, I need you now, I know you know, I need you now. And, that's going on right now with the funky bass guitar. Rhythmically, I think it's a pleasant little hook, but conceptually, it's the part of the song that projects vulnerability and hope and banding together as a community to overcome these challenges. In conclusion, I know the song's a little bit heavy, but it needed to needed to exist, and I hope it inspires people to talk more about these issues. Even if you're not in the Asian American community, these things are important, and that's We Never Say a Word.